Hey y'all, my name is David Hoa Harrelson. Glad to be in this class, and here is my intro video. So share a memory from your first year in college, university. What was a big deal for you? My big deal was going to college in general. And why is because I grew up on the East Coast, and I'd always wanted to move away from the area, and never felt like I had the resources or really like supports to do so. And then a school called Fort Lewis College down in Durango sent me a postcard saying that I could go there on the Native American scholarship tuition waiver. I'm Comanche, Yapatika Comanche, and it kind of felt like I got a letter from Hogwarts, like I was Harry Potter, because I was like, oh wow, I can finally like leave and start a new life somewhere. And I toured the school during a snowstorm. I fell in love with it and the area of Durango, and I immediately went there the next year. Number two, the challenges and supports on a college and university campus. I think challenges are meeting people who don't take their academics seriously and falling into those kind of like friends groups of people who just aren't really there for the school. They might be there for like the social or the party or whatever, but um, yeah, that's like, I think that's a big challenge, especially for first year students like me. And There wasn't a centralized system of communication at Fort Lewis at that point. You really had to like show up and somewhere to get information on what you needed. So like I would have to go from like financial aid to admissions to registrar, to billing and cashier, to take care of my business. And CSU is actually moving to a one stop program that's going to ideally handle all of those issues at once so that somebody doesn't have to be on hold with financial aid for, however long it takes. And Supports, I think something that's perhaps overlooked, is the quality of transportation to and from a campus. I didn't have a car when I arrived at college, so the bus line was imperative to my schedule. Another huge support was there was a great deal of activities for students at Fort Lewis, including, especially because it's an outdoorsy place, including renting outdoor gear and going on outdoor excursions for free or like, included in your student fees. There were always a ton of activities. There was a beautiful concert hall where you could go see live music. You could go see student performances for free. You could go to the theater for free. So they just had all these like really beautiful activities and big cookouts and powwows, especially because it was like, it's the Four Corners and there's a lot of indigenous community there. And that it's a school for indigenous people at a certain point. And Some of the challenges and supports on your campus that help you grow and develop. Finding a good community. It was kind of hard trying to find my people there. There was a native center, but I had always felt ostracized from the indigenous community because of my skin color. And I eventually got over that and found some people who really like accepted me and loved me for who I am, especially from like the Dene and Lakota nations. Like they saw past that, which was beautiful. I think Fort Lewis could have done a better job transitioning us out into the workforce. Our advisors did a great job helping us through school, and maybe that's like one thing at a time, what they have to do. But for example, like I got my master's of education degree there, and they really wanted us to become classroom teachers. That was their big push during that program. And like I love education, but however, like I didn't love the public school system and working in it, and I didn't realize that higher education outside a classroom could have been a route for me. And I really would have liked to know that, having left that program. And one of the supports is also finding a good community that helped me grow and develop. Like, I worked at the environmental center my first year on the education and outreach team, and that's probably what started me as an educator. And then I found the musicians and started playing with them. My theater cohorts were always a huge community for me, a bunch of weirdos that I could really get along with. And FLC, I thought my first year had a great orientation team and activities on campus, like I said earlier. And like I also said, I did find a lot of friends in the Native nations, like who saw me as like a cousin and an ally, which was it was really important for my growth as a person, and staying close to my heritage. But yeah, that is my video. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.